Hey everybody! Alright, today we have... Sorry, my hoodie's cut. Today we have a cooking class. It's on how to make your own granola bars. So, it's kind of a healthier thing to make. Like snack-wise, something that you might just like to munch on just once in a while. And you know, I go to the store all the time, and they're there, and man, these things are quite expensive. So I thought, hey, you know, I have a lot of these ingredients at home, so why not try making it myself? And so here we go. We're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. So again, first thing for a cooking class, if you're going to be part of it, is you want your mise en place. Mise en place means everything in its place. So I have all my ingredients, my measuring cup, the measuring spoons, my bowls that I'll need, a measuring cup. I'm just going to take almonds, which we've got here, a whole bunch of almonds. We've got some oats, some pure honey. Now, you gotta look at this. The striations on this are amazing. It's really pretty. So, I mean, if you're going to use honey and you happen to have some that somebody got for you, like for Christmas or something like that, which I think this is where we got it from, was a gift, this is the time to use it. And again, didn't have to buy it at the store. Somebody else gave it to me. So there's going to be some coconut in there. I'm not a huge fan of coconut, but I think inside these they're going to taste great. But we're going to need some coconut oil. And this calls for almond flour, which we did have some of. You don't necessarily need to use almond flour, but I would suggest it, especially as it's going to go well with the almonds that you already have. And we have pure vanilla extract. Good stuff. And then, you know, some of the funner stuff, you got yourself some brown sugar. I love brown sugar. You take this and put a little bit of cream cheese with it, and just like roll it in, and it tastes like cheesecake. It's kind of amazing. Chocolate chips, dark chocolate chips. You'll need some cocoa powder. And also got some, and I haven't opened it yet, which was a mistake on my part, but some shredded coconut. Unsweetened. I don't really like the sweetened stuff. I don't know. It's too sweet. I mean, coconut itself is very sweet. So, you know, if you go with the stuff that it's just coconut, then you should be good. So, give me a sec. I'm going to pause this so I can open up this, because I haven't done it yet. And hello, we're back. Okay, so I've got it open. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was. You just had to turn in a different place. But we're going to get started. So, first things first is always mise en place. Everything in its place. Boom, 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 boom. We got everything in its place. Good stuff. Next thing is we need to preheat the oven to, what does it say? 350 degrees. So, I'm going to go to bake. 350. It starts right there because most things are done at that. And this way, by the time you're done with your prep, the oven's going to be good and you're going to be ready to go. Now, something to always know about making things is usually you'll have wet ingredients, such as the honey, the oil. These are considered wet because they're wetter. And then you want your dry ingredients, such as your oats and your flour, because they're dry. And you're going to want those always in different places. So, the first thing we need to do is take we want to line this, which is going to go in the oven, with parchment paper. So I've got my parchment paper. There's lots of different stuff. but this is what you want to use. It's going to make everything come out a lot easier. The best way I know how to do it is just kind of zip it. Measure it over. Once you have a rough estimate as to what it's supposed to look like, then you're just going to cut it. There you go. Sorry, it's easier this way. So if it bubbles up on one side, you know to turn it around to the other side. It makes it easier to pop down. There you go. So we've got this. Now we just want to set this aside for now. We're going to have to use it later, but for now, we just set it aside, so I'm going to put it right over here. Now, always, as you're going, took something out, wait for the oven to heat, all that good stuff. What you're going to want to do is you're going to set this right back where you got it from. I mean, clean as you go is some of the best advice I've ever had. Just clean as you go. It'll make life a lot easier. Alright. So now what we need to do in a medium bowl, which I have here, is I want to stir together oats, almonds, cocoa, almond flour, and the coconut. So let me go, sorry, a little slower. Stir in the oats, almonds, and almonds need to be chopped. So we'll do that in a bit. Almond flour and coconut. And so what you want is 2 cups of the oats. So I got me my oats. And we're going to want 2 cups. Oh, this is going to be awkward. Now it doesn't need, I mean if you spill some, but do it over the bowl. It's not a huge deal to spill some. Might not be the prettiest all the time, but by your shower. There's one. Usually you can put these in there, but you know, as it is, you can go always a tiny bit over. It's not going to kill anything. You know, so don't be too strict on yourself. It'll be fine. Boom. And there's 2. Ciao. Alright, we got ourselves our oats. Now, I would put this away right now, but it goes way up over there. And take away from the fun. Alright. Okay, so now we need 1 cup of chopped almonds. So the way we do this, I'm going to put this over here. And you're going to get a cutting board. Luckily, I don't even know where we got all these, but we got a lot of almonds. I'm just going to fill this up. Having fun with some almonds, singing to myself. Cooking's always best when you sing to yourself, I feel. And again, it doesn't need to be exact. Nothing in life really is, but you want to get as close to wonderful as possible. Alright, I'm going to show you a trick with this. I'm just going to fold it a bit. I'm going to fold it the other way. I want that to stay in there. It just has a mind of its own. Alright, so we got ourselves 1 cup of almonds, and this is where our almonds go. The drawer is a little full, goodness. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I put my hand over it, and I'm just going to kind of put it out here. Then I'm just going to want to chop these up. This is going to be my best chopping knife. And the oven's ready to bake some food. So we're just going to go through, I always keep my hand over it, and then you're just going to, these are going to flip around, so you got to make sure that you try to, you don't want to do it too hard, too rough, too fast. Chop, chop, chop. And you want to chop all the way through. So I'm going to pause it so you don't have to watch me, but you get the idea. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. And you're going to go kind of this way. And then switch off and go different ways. Just so you hit each and every almond, and you want to get them as uniform as possible. And uniform just means they kind of look the same. Scooch them back in as you're going. And they kind of pop really well together. Like I said, I'm going to pause it and then I'll be right back in a moment. Alright, we're back. Okay. So, see. Got myself a pile of almonds. Now, this is considered dry. That's some of the almonds on my phone. Because that's what screen protectors are for. So, this is considered a dry element. So what we're going to do is I just kind of take some of it first. I'm going to scoop it up with the knife. Be very careful. Oh, it's got to get away. Sorry, you're going to get chopped. But we're going to add all of this in. It'll help if I just move that closer. There we go. Like I said, be very careful with the knife. You just want to kind of scoop under. Once it's on there, you just hold it and you dump it in there. I don't want you to ever be afraid of your cooking utensils. Okay, but now we are done with the knife. So what do? Clean as we go. And so, what we're going to do, we're going to clean this knife. And why? Mostly because I really like this knife. I like all the knives here. I try to keep them sharp. And I try to keep them clean. You don't want them to rust or anything like that. So the longer you leave it out, the more a chance you have that of doing it. And then you get yourself a clean knife. And you're cleaning as you go. And then you just set it right back up on the magnet. Alright, next thing's next. So we've got our almonds, we've got our oats. Now we want a half a cup of dark cocoa powder. Now, this isn't dark cocoa powder, but it's cocoa powder I had, so again, if you go with what you have sometimes. Half a cup, so you find yourself a half a cup. Or 1.5 ounces, if you're going to go by the ounce. Again, usually you can get in there. Not today. So, we're going to put this over the sink so that anything you spill doesn't end up on the counter. It's easy to clean out the sink. Boom. More dry ingredient. Cocoa powder. It's good stuff. Alright. Go right back to putting it away. Why? Because it makes life easier in the very end. You don't even have to see that pretty it. Alright, now we need half a cup of almond flour. So we're going to grab our almond flour. And again, these are all the dry ingredients. Luckily, this one I can actually just dip this right in. Kind of scrape off the top. Again, it doesn't need to be exact, but as close to exact as possible. Is anything really ever exact? I don't think so. Alright, and then we want a fourth of a cup of the shredded coconut. And look for a fourth cup. You got it right there. Again, this is when mise en place comes wonderful in the plate because then you have everything. Actually, this coconut actually smells pretty good. There we go. Boom. Again, unsweetened. And we want 1 cup of hot chocolate chips. And I prefer dark chocolate. It's just milk. I don't like milk chocolate as well. It's good. It's nothing like the dark chocolate. Like dark chocolate just has a much richer and deep flavor. No, we're so close. What happens when it happens? I am not going to short ourselves on dark chocolate. I am going to throw that bag away, but back of bag. Now we open it. Here's the I tend to be a little heavy-handed sometimes. And things go all over the place, but it could be exciting, or it could just no. I did it right, and it wasn't exciting. Oh, it was close right there. Now this is going to add so much wonderful flavor to your bars. So look at all that beautiful chocolate going right in there. Finished with it? Wrap it up and stack it up. There we go. Oh, BKB. Okay, now we got ourselves everything. Our nut, our almonds, our oats, our cocoa powder. How about that? Now what we need to do is stir them together. I've got a whisk here, but that's going to be for the wet ingredients. For a dry ingredient, you don't really need much to actually get them together. So I'm just going to grab a big old spoon. But you do want to make sure that you get all those wonderful flavors mixed in together. And what they call this is marry. Marry the flavors. So, you know, so I look at it, you know, a couple of them are like, oh, we're getting married over here, and I'm getting married over there. But we're all a part of the same wedding. We're all having a good time because together we make ourselves an amazing almond butter. There we go, we get everything together. Happiness, happiness. Boom, boom, boom. I'll give you a look. That's everything mixed together. All that chocolate, almonds. Some of the almonds are bigger than the others. Which to me is fine, because once in a while you want a nice crunch. And you can usually see it in the almond bar. You'll be like, oh, watch out, there it is. I think I'm going to hold on to Buddy here. Okay. Now what we want to do is in our measuring cup. Right here. Medium measuring cup. I'm going to put together the coconut oil, brown sugar, honey, salt, and vanilla. Now, I'm going to see how much we want, so... Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, this should be interesting. So this needs to be... Wow. You're really on there, dude. Look. Okay, so we need a half a cup of this. But it also says we're going to do our best to get it out of there. It's really in there. I'm going to grab another spoon. But it says it needs to be melted. So, luckily I've got Microwave 2000 over here. Well, 2021. I bought it in 2021. But it needs to be melted, so we're just going to zap it. Actually, I'm going to get just a tiny bit more just because this definitely did not fit the standard that I was asking for. And I don't want to miss out on these flavors. So, now here's the thing. You can work with your fingers as long as it's with people that are in your bubble. You know, if we were back doing what we do where we do it, I would be using gloves for sure. So what we're gonna do is just take this and zap it. Time cooked. We'll do 100. Let's see how much that actually melts it. Now here's the thing, you want to be careful. I don't know how hot this is going to be. And I also, during this minute, I can look up what our next thing is to go in there. Which, if it's nice and warm, which is kind of a good thing, then it will help melt the next thing. So then we want 1/4 cup of brown sugar. There we go, 1/4 cup. Brown sugar makes everything taste wonderful. I might do a class sometime on the difference between brown sugar and granulated white sugar, just so we know the difference. Either way, it's all good stuff. Alright, let's see how well this actually melted. Get my hot pad ready. That is melted. Okay. Good times in the microwave. Let's see how hot it actually is. Yeah, it's warm. I'm going to grab it with something that's safe. Make sure you don't ever burn your fingers. You don't want that to happen. Let's be safe. Everything you do. Then we're going to add in our brown sugar. Boom. Now those flavors are marrying right now as well. And we want 1/4 cup of honey. So I'm going to rinse this out because honey is sticky. But I don't need to like wash it all the way through it. That just needs a good rinse. And hopefully that warmed up stuff will help get everything going. Oh, wow. And that's some good looking honey. I'm going to show you this. Oh man, and it's in there, and it's in there. Holy goodness. Sorry. That's gorgeous. Oh man, that is fun. That is some cooking fun. Oh, I'm getting it on the side. I don't want that. I want it to go on. Just take a spoon. We're gonna get in there and knock this stuff down. Oh my goodness gracious, that's beautiful. I gotta find out where I got this from. Good. Ooh. Ooh, that's all I can say. Oh, I just want to take a big bite of it. I like Winnie the Pooh. I just want to like eat it all. Now I can understand. I understand you, Winnie. Alright, get out of there. Grip on in. There we go. Now these definitely need to go in the sink. Oh, that's a wonderful mess. I got it. Oh, I think my knees just popped up. That is so good. You gotta wash my hands. Oh, man. Alright. Whew. I think I got some of my facial hair there. Okay, so then we want 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now here's the thing. So with salt, yeah, it is my salt. With salt, you're gonna take this, just place it right in there, and these cups are great. You're just gonna go and fill this up. I don't know why ours is empty because we use salt for a lot of things. When it catches everything, you're not spilling anything, and then it's much easier to measure it out. There we go, we got our salt. Let's say again, 1/4 teaspoon. Oh, so not much. I would do a lot more, honestly. I'm gonna follow the recipe. We got our salt, and then one more thing. 1/2 teaspoon of our friend here, vanilla extract. Zapparoons. Now we have all of our ingredients combined. And most of the stuff can go away, but I will not bore you and have me watch. Once I started baking, all of this will go there. Then we need to whisk these together. Yummy, 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 yummy. And this is the syrup. What this does is it's going to bind all of those dry ingredients together. Alright. Now we need to stir this in. Let me make sure. So then I have to do that. So it has separated a bit, as you can see. On the very top, you see how it's separated a little bit? They say that's okay. So stir the mixture into the dry ingredients until evenly combined. And then all this in there. Yummy, yum. I don't want to get that on my phone. Tragic. Alright, so I'm going to use to combine this. Oh, where is it? Oh, you know what? I'll go with another spoon. So we're just going to combine all of this together till it's even. Happily even steam. Whoa. Instead of medium mixing bowl, this is a large one. So I suggest you get a large one. I'm going to get all this in here. So it's nice and sticky, stuck together. All of it. So each bar is uniform as much as possible. Alright, I'm going to pause it real fast. I'm right back. Alright, I'm back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our mixture right into here. Now that trick that I forgot to tell you, which I didn't know already, but you actually want to cut the edges of the parchment paper so it fits actually perfectly in the pan. And then just kind of bend the corners, each corner, fold it over, and it'll fit really well. But now the time after preparation is the fun part where we're going to add this. So it's all been mixed in. We're going to want to even this out a little bit, which we'll get to. I want all of this there. All of it, I say. Because it's good. I made a little bit of a mess, but again, as it's baking, I get to clean up all my mistakes. Beautiful thing. Alright, so we're going to push everything off. Even now what you want to do, what the recipe recommends, is to get your hands dirty. Which is just fine with me. But you want to get this to where you want to press it in there because you don't want everything to crumble apart once you're done. So what you want to do is just with the palm of your hands, but you also don't want to overwork it. So you want to be gentle. Kind of like giving a massage to somebody you don't know maybe, and you don't know exactly what their sensitivity is. So you can just go along slowly, massaging until it looks even. Not too hard, not too rough, just nice. Yeah. Conscientious, as they say. Alright, well that feels pretty good. Give it a nice little massage to where it's going to be happy. And oh man, it looks gorgeous. I am very excited to eat it. So everything's prepped, and it's pretty much done now. But there is one last step that I must tell you about. Man, I want all the bars to be as even as possible. This side seems to be a little less. Alright, but I gotta wash my hands. And you should always do that anytime you're in the kitchen anyway. Wash your hands as you go. I'm telling you, nobody wants to eat food when it's somebody who obviously have not washed their hands. Yes. person. There we go. Now here's the thing. It says to cook to 20 to 25 minutes. Now, some people really like their bars softer. Some people like some crunch. So if you do like them softer, decrease your time by maybe 5 minutes or so, and then you'll get a softer bar. If you want it crunchier, then what you're gonna do is increase the cooking time just by a bit. Now, for me, it's the first time doing this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 20 to 25 minutes and just check on it and see when I think it looks good. And so, here we go. It goes in the oven, 20 to 25 minutes. Here we go! That's some warm air. Alright, it's in there. On the timer, let me go 20. Alright, it has begun. So I'm going to pause it for those 20 minutes, and then I'll be back to show you. Alright, I hope you like it. Alright, so I cooked mine for about 22 minutes. I'm going to turn my oven off. Stop. And then, as you can see, I got all the dishes done, everything put away. It's amazing what you can do in 22 minutes. Just to, kind of clean as you go. So, let's take a look at these bars. Oh, they look lovely. Okay, well, it's very hot. And as you can see, what it says is they will look kind of soft. They'll look soft as they first come out of the oven. But I'm going to leave them for a bit and they'll crisp up. So you always want to let everything set and kind of rest. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just let them do their thing. And they will be some good bars. Then I'm going to cut them. I think probably this way a couple of times. One through the middle, but I will show you the picture once the majority of you have watched the video, and we'll go from there. Well, this has been cooking class for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you try it, or you at least try something like it, and kind of show me what your take is on it. Anyway, I miss y'all, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Alright, ciao for now.